Okay, so we have had a very nice lecture with Miimu Airaksinen from VTT, she's a research professor there. And Miimu, what's the role of innovation in cities?
Yeah, I think innovation in the cities is really the crucial role. I mean, as we know, so 90% of the innovations are done in the cities. So that's kind of like the driving force really for the city development.
Mm-hmm. And you've also covered system thinking. How this should be linked with smart city concept?
I think that's also like the foundation in the smart cities, as kind of like to understand that different systems are linked together, and they are kind of like that we are not doing the sub-optimization of one system, but really to see the holistic optimal in the cities.
And you also mentioned that energy systems should be more intelligent, or there has to be a smartness built into energy systems. What do you mean by that?
Kind of like that without compromising the user's well-being, so we can still optimize the energy consumption and save resources. So that's kind of like crucial for the future.
And now when we're thinking about the building performance as well, what's the future vision? How should we think of the future buildings in the smart cities?
Like future buildings is kind of like buildings are creating us the comfort and well-being and the sheltering, and that's kind of like the future buildings are doing that with less resources, and that is the smarter way in the future buildings.
And something what VTT is doing very interestingly is combining weather forecast with or has the new pilots on weather forecasting as well. Can you elaborate a bit on this?
Yeah, so we are combining the weather forecast and also like people's movements and people's behavior inside the buildings. So kind of like based on the forecast, so we are optimizing the buildings and also like to telling the buildings that they self-learn the automation system inside the buildings that to perform the building even better than today.
And the second one was how human temperature can actually be modeled into the building's temperature as well. So how do you see this? Yeah,
I think there is a huge potential in order to control the temperature inside the buildings, not based on the air temperature, but based on the human thermal model. So there we can achieve a huge potential in savings.
And how do you see new services popping out from the data we have at the moment?
Yeah, I think there is a huge potential. I mean, really tremendous potential about the combining different data and combining the data from really not typical sources. So that creates us a new understanding and new services.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.